we have more. Charge of automotive, we have looked at the policies of the federal government, and we are playing our role to support that policy, especially Presidential CNG initiative. And the first thing we did was to organize training for youth especially. Here in Oyo, when we train and repair two-wheelers and three-wheelers vehicles. Two-wheeler and three-wheeler, that's motorcycle and keke, the one we call keke. We've done that training. Not only that, we've organized another set of training, which is to teach our youth on how to convert fossil fuel. That is, that people that want to do other training, that want to train apart from us, can use those curriculum for the training. So if you are a trainer, or if you are interested in being a trainer, you need to acquaint yourself with the curriculum that we have developed so that you will use that one to do your training. When you need those curriculum, you get across to our team. They will provide those curriculum to you free of charge. Again, as automotive regulator in Nigeria, we have come up with NADDC, which is the Nigeria Automotive Industrial Policy. This policy regulates or guides on what we need to do in order to develop the auto sector. Again, part of the policy I've been looking into in order to turn into legislation. We are working on that. And with the federal government, part of the things that we are doing with the federal government is to support Credit Corps on provision of credit, consumer credit, to the consumers of auto products. We have worked with Credit Corps, and as of today, Credit Corps has put in place 20 billion naira, even though the amount is small. This amount is small. We are working on how to improve on it, because we know 20 billion naira is so small to what we want to do in automotive. But if you need facility, you can also access this facility by going through the website of Credit Corps. Not only this, there are some facilities put in place by Bank of Industry, and that's why we invite them here this morning, where you can access funds in order to participate in production of some auto parts. We have been saying that when you want to manufacture, sorry, I have to explain this, because I want our youth to know that you can play a big role in the automotive sector without even manufacturing a vehicle. You don't need to manufacture a vehicle before you play a big role. You can even play a bigger role than those people that manufacture vehicles. You can play a bigger role than my friend here, NADDC. How do you go about that? If you manufacture components, parts that these vehicles are using, then you will be able to play a bigger role. And if you want to do that, you have Bank of Industry to support you. Bank of Industry have fund for auto development fund. It's called Auto Development Fund, where you can access some fund to play in this part. And on Monday, I was with AFRESIM, and we are looking at how to bring together the manufacturer of auto components so that we can finance them, so that AFRESIM can finance them. I know we are aware of what is known as AFTA, that's African Continental Trade Area. So this AFTA emphasizes trade within Africa, and more importance is placed on automotive products. And there is what they call rule of origin in automotive, which means if you can contribute 40% of the component you are using, other country will allow you to trade in. AFRESIM will be able to provide necessary guide. Apart from guide, they provide fund to finance the Nigerian youth who are interested in producing component parts. And to support this, we have started building an automotive training center in some parts of the country. I think we have not built one in Oyo State. We are bringing one to Oyo State. Okay, we work with you and work with the governor so that when they provide land for us, we will start building one. So My people will take note of that. Let's hear. What do we do with automotive training center that we build? We equip them with latest equipment, and we allow youth to use that for their training. We allow people to use it, that is, trainers, to use it to train Nigerian youth in automotive. I need to first of all thank, before I conclude, let me thank the governor of this state, of Oyo State, our own dear governor, Governor Makinde, for allowing us to host or to stage this event in Oyo State. And I also have to thank my sister, Honorable Titi Lope Galamoshi, for allowing us to collaborate with our office in order to stage this fantastic summit. I also need to thank DAG, that's DAG Industry Limited, for providing this empowerment. They have done training here, and they have trained 50 people. The 50 people, the 50 youth who have trained, we are going to present their certificates as well as present empowerment tools to them today. I thank you for the support you have given to us. By the way, if I say DAG, majority of you may not know them. DAG is producer of Bajaj. I also thank other auto gurus that we have invited and they have honored our invitation, like the MD of NADDC Auto, the MD of North. Both of them will participate in the discussion today. I thank every one of all the youth who you have spared your time to attend this conference with us. Because you want to know one or two things about auto, please listen to the discussion and participate actively. If you need any explanation, if you need to ask questions, please go ahead and ask. If you need explanation, contact us and we are ready to explain to you whatever you want to know concerning auto. Thank you everyone for honoring our invitation. Thank you. And God bless you.
Thank you so much, Otuba Osanipe, for your opening remarks. And now we'll go to the Google messages. We have lots and lots of dignitaries that we are still expected. But while we are here, we would like to recognize the presence of all the management of NADDC. We celebrate you and we appreciate you for putting this together. Also, please would like to recognize the NYSC core member or your state chapter. Thank you so much for being part of this. NYSC core member, please jam your hands together and show us you are here. Please jam your hands together. On NYSC core members, we celebrate you and thank you so much for being part of this. Also, we would like to recognize all APC stalwarts that are here. Thank you so much for being part of this great initiative. Also, the PDP stalwarts that are here, we celebrate you for coming. I would like to recognize the presence of Colonel Shehu Bobai, representing GOC 2nd Division. Colonel Shehu Bobai, we celebrate you. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. Thank you so much, sir. Also, Mr. Akin Jurotoye, representing MD of Taxon Bank. MD of Taxon Bank, Mr. Akin Jurotoye. Well, thank you so much for coming in. And also, before we move forward, I would like to recognize the presence of Mr. Folashimi Lai Muhammad. That is the CEO Portland Gas, represented by Mr. Darrow. Thank you so much. And I would also like to recognize the presence of Chairman of your State Agency for Youth Development, and that's the person of Honorable Prince Ademowale Falado. Thank you so much for being part of this. We celebrate you. Please jump your hands together. And right about now, we're going to take a good message. I would like to call on Honorable Nikki NADDC, Commissioner for Trade, Industry and Investment for your state, ably represented by Mr. Williams AO. Please jam your hands together as he comes on stage. Please welcome him as he comes on stage. Jam your hands together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Honorable NADDC represents.
Good morning to everybody. Special Assistant to the Presidency, National Automotive Design Honorable Commissioners, distinguished guests, captains of industries present, esteemed youth, entrepreneurs, innovators, and visionaries, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I bring further greetings to Honorable Commissioner in person of Honorable NADDC, who could not make it today's special gathering due to other assignments. However, he sent his greetings. Underscores automotive manifestation of skills, labor, and innovation to the sustainability of youth in the milieu of Nigeria. Policies, partnerships, and pathways for youth empowerment. Nigeria's automotive sector and provide a sustainable pathway for young empowerment. With a population of over 200 million, more than half being youth, transforming this sector can serve as a catalyst for youth empowerment through effective policy, partnerships, and innovation. And this is what we are here to do today. Having said that, the political will of government is a foundational element in driving automotive. Consistent policy execution can support youth-led enterprises in vehicle assembly, spare parts, production, electric vehicle innovation, and digital auto services. I'm glad to inform you that the state government also play a crucial role by creating an enabling environment for automotive sector to thrive in the state. They also provide industrial clusters, aligning vocational institutions with market needs, and facilitate technology hubs where young innovators can develop prototypes and automotive solutions. Simply because His Excellency Governor Oluwaseyi Makinde values and places importance on the relevance of development of automotive sector in Oyo State. Like the DG have said, after is also another avenue, which is big. Business magnate Aliko Dangote once said, and I quote, that a country who depends solely on importation for their products is also importing poverty. And this is the reason why Oyo State places value on automotive sector development. Youth empowerment within the automotive value chain goes beyond manufacturing sector in automation, robotics, smart manufacturing, and electric vehicle technology. In summary, the transformation of Nigeria's automotive sector depends on sustained political will, inclusive partnership, and youth-driven innovation. With the right policies, strategic collaborations, and targeted investments, the sector can become a thriving hub for youth employment, entrepreneurship, and technological advancement. Nigerian youth has the potential not just to assemble vehicles we have heard from the DG, but also to produce innovators who will design and build the future of mobility and visibility in Africa and the global space. I thank you all for listening, and I wish you all fruitful deliberation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And that is the representative of Honorable Commissioner for Investment, person of Dr. Kashifu Inuwa, and that is the Director General of NADDC. And that is the National Information Technology Development Agency. The DG CEO, ably represented by Dr. Engineer Mrs. Jimo Falilat O. Please jam your hands together as we welcome her for another goodwill message. Thank you. Please jam your hands together as she comes forward. Thank you so much. Dr. Engineer Mrs. Jimo Falilat O, for your goodwill message. Representing the Director General, CEO NADDC, and that is the National Information Technology Development Agency. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming.
everyone. Good morning. I'm not going to outline or stand or adopt the existing protocol. We allow the protocol to be. In order not to waste too much time, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm here representing all the way from Abuja to represent the DG CEO of the National Information Technology Development Agency. She did say it's a privilege to join you today for this important conference focused on driving the future through automotive innovation and youth empowerment. I commend the National Automotive Design and Development Council and the Office of the Special Assistant to the President on Youth Initiative for convening a forum that is fully aligned with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Nigerian's first vision for industrial growth and inclusive prosperity. At NADDC, I did say what NADDC mobility will be fully digitally driven. The next phase of automotive development is not just about engines, it's about embedded systems. It's about artificial intelligence. It's about sensors, automations, cybersecurity, data analytics, and smart manufacturing. This makes the automotive industry a critical component of Nigeria's digital future. Through our strategic roadmap and action plan, we are deepening digital literacy, strengthening research and development, and expanding innovation ecosystem to enable young Nigerians to build solutions that can power locally driven vehicle, electric mobility systems, and intelligent transportation network. We are supporting the 3 Million Tech Talents 3MTT project. We're supporting the Digital Literacy for All project and the loads of capacity building initiatives which are equipping young Nigerians with the skills needed to design automotive software, to develop vehicle diagnostics tools, to participate in precision engineering, software development, and compete globally in emerging technology. We are also advancing cybersecurity and trust framework to ensure that connected and smart vehicles operate safely in Nigerian digital space. This gathering today provides a powerful opportunity for governments, industry, academia, and youth innovators to imagine Nigerian automotive future together. If we combine our strengths, Nigeria will not only assemble vehicles, we will design them, we will digitize them, we will electrify them, and we even export them. On behalf of NADDC, I reaffirm our commitment to collaboration, capacity building, and digital innovation that empowers young people and accelerates Nigerian journey towards a modern automotive economy. Thank you, and I wish you a productive and inspiring conference. Kashifu Inua Abdullahi, CCIE, Director General, CEO, NADDC. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Fatima. And just like you rightly said, anything that you said here is actually directly for the DG NITDA, and that is the person of Dr. Kashifu Inua. Now we'll move on to the next thing on the agenda, which is another goodwill message from Honorable. We would like to recognize the presence of some of our dignitaries here before we move on to the next thing on the agenda. While we are here, I want you to make sure that you take pictures. While taking pictures, make some short videos and send it out there with the hashtag NADDC Youth Initiative 2025. You never can tell, there might be something that you get from that. Now, I have the honor and the privilege to welcome Honorable Ibrahim Shitu, and that is a House of Assembly member of your state, representing Shaki West. Please jam your hands together for Honorable Ibrahim Shitu for his goodwill message. Thank you so much, sir. Honorable Shitu, representing Shaki West. Thank you so much.
special occasion. Permit me to stand on existing protocol because I don't know it's going to be this fast. But I realized since I came in here, all we have been speaking is we have been speaking English. We are in Oyo State. We are supposed to speak in Yoruba, so I think my Google message is going to be in Yoruba. So Aki gbogbo wa káàbọ̀ sí Ọ̀yọ́ State, Ìbàdàn. Aki wa káàbọ̀. Inú mi dùn láti. Bàbá yìí lọ́nà di Yorùbá bàbá sọ. Inú mi dùn láti wà nílé ni. And then mo dẹ̀ kí gbogbo wa náà káàbọ̀. Mo kí wa pé ẹ ṣe gidigidi gan láti fi àyè yín sílẹ̀ láti wà níbí lẹ́nu láti support àgbékalẹ̀ tí nǹkan tí SA to President on Youth tí wọ́n gbé wá síbàdàn fún wa lẹ́nu because tá a bá rí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì yìí we look at this government that get prepared to take over the power. We can see that gbogbo nǹkan ò ṣe kíní kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì tó wọlé but gbogbo akitiyan president wa ni pé wọ́n fẹ́ rí gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ lágbára pé gbogbo any aspect tí ó bá wà they are trying to look at any available opportunity to empower our youth. So I really commend the organizer of this event. Mo kí yín fún iṣẹ́ ribiribi tí ẹ ṣe and then gbogbo àwọn participants tó sì wà náà tí wọ́n participate níbi àgbékalẹ̀ yìí a kí gbogbo yín. So on behalf of my other members of APC, we are just 4 in Oyo State House of Assembly, and then due to one reason or the other àwọn tó kú mọ̀ ráyè láti wá mí báyìí. So on behalf of me and my colleague, we welcome you and then we appreciate you for being part of this program. And then I believe by the time everyone will leave and go back to their own various destination, thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Honorable Member. We celebrate you. All right, I have the honor and the privilege to welcome to the podium a military personnel, and that is the person of Colonel Shehu Bobai, representing GOC 2nd Division, for his Google message.
The AG NADDC permit me to stand on the already established protocol. I am Colonel S.K. Bobai. I'm the Commander 72 Supply and Transport Brigade under 2 Division of Nigerian. To encourage the youth in their drive to economic sustainability and their pursuit to a greater tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. For the final Google message for today, I would like to welcome to the podium Mr. Joseph Tebe, that is the Director General, Nigerian-China Strategic Partnership, ably represented by Leila Omo-Ikiroda, Head of Automobile Nigerian-China Strategic Partnership. Please join your hands together as we welcome Leila Omo-Ikiroda. Please jam your hands together, please. Thank you so much for the final goodwill message for today.
Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Please allow me to stand on necessary protocols. It's a great honor to be here representing the Director General, Mr. Joseph Tigbe, and the Office of the Nigerian Strategic Partnership. I think this important gathering celebrates the future of our nation through youth, innovation, and industry. Let me begin by expressing sincere appreciation to the Office of the Special Assistant to the President on Youth Initiatives, Dr. Titi Lokpek-Badamosi, and the National Automotive Design and Development Council for organizing this conference. The global automotive industry is a key pillar of economic growth and stability, contributing approximately 3.6% to global GDP. It supports a wide range of sectors across the value chain, upstream, such as mining, steel, plastic, and downstream sectors, such as transportation, warehousing, financing, and the likes. Now, the global automotive industry currently contributes about $4.4 trillion US dollars, and is set to grow by 5.6% by 2032 to $6.7 trillion. It then means that this is an opportunity for us, right? Now, across the world, automotive industries drive manufacturing growth, engineering excellence, technology transfer, and employment. For instance, in China, it's set to contribute about 10% to the GDP. In South Africa, it's about 5.2% to the GDP. However, in Nigeria, it contributes around 0.04% to the GDP and employs roughly around 5,000 people. But the good news is that this sector has the potential to anchor our industrial base. And as such, the Nigerian domestic vehicle demand has grown at an average rate of 2.3% in the last decade. And the NADDC's policies on local assembly standards and training are critical to achieving this success so far and in the future. But further success requires the collaboration between all stakeholders: the government, academia, investors, industry, as sustainable industrial growth is only built through partnerships. These collaborations can position Nigeria as a leader in Africa's green and smart mobility movement. As such, I am pleased to share that the President has approved the establishment of the Nigerian Automobile Industrial Park, a strategic partnership between China and Nigeria, designed to establish a fully integrated automobile industrial park in Lagos and a complementary development in Abuja. The initiative represents a flagship component of the renewed hope industrialization agenda, with the objectives of developing a national automotive brand, catalyzing local manufacturing, creating open region. To deepen and strengthen the entire ecosystem value chain, Mr. President has also approved the revitalization of the Agile Steel Complex. Once operational, it will form a critical input for the automotive industrial park, such as steel sheets, and also the Nigerian broader automotive manufacturing ambition. Now to the youth. At NCSB, we see the automotive industry within the next 10 years taking a place as the key driver of economic and industrialization. With a few trends we think will foster that growth. Now, the future of mobility will be defined, like many of the goodwill speakers have said: electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, connectivity, and renewable energy. And the Nigerian youth have to brace themselves to be pioneers of this evolution. Nigeria cannot industrialize without skilled technicians who can build components locally. And whether we're talking about skills that vary from engineering to digital mobility to energy and infrastructure and even innovation and the likes. The future is possible. And at NCSP, we've had a front row seat to see how China has rapidly leapfrogged in the automotive sector to make these commitments, and they made these commitments years ago, leveraging its youth. Nigeria can draw valuable lessons from their approach, and I'll just name a few. One of them is that China built a pipeline of technical talent early of the youth, focused on automotive engineering, EV systems, robotics, and mechatronics. They also created innovation hubs focused on mobility and retail. So they didn't just build factories, they actually built cities that were known for certain innovation. For example, Shenzhen is an EV and battery innovation hub. And the last one is that they built a strong supply ecosystem. So China's growth didn't just come from the final vehicle assembly, but it came from millions of SMEs producing battery parts, body panels, plastics, and the likes. So I can imagine Nigeria, and I want you all to imagine a Nigeria where we have locally made electric and CNG buses powering our public system transports, cutting costs and emissions across major cities. Solar-enabled supports rural and peri-urban EV charging infrastructure. Locally made a youth-led mobility and energy startup, managing digital platforms for EV charging, CNG refueling, fleet monitoring, and clean transport. So, what must we do? I charge you today. Every stakeholder responsible for making sure that we move this forward. The government must continue to provide the right policies, infrastructure, and incentives. The private sector must invest in research and development, local manufacturing, and workplace development. Academia must align research and training with industry needs. And the youth, especially, must seize the opportunity to innovate boldly, think locally, and act globally. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leila Ikirada, representative of Mr. Joseph Tegbe, and that is the person of the Director General, Nigerian China Strategic Planning Partnership, rather. Thank you so much. Now, I would also like to recognize some dignitaries in our midst already. I would like to recognize the presence of Mr. Fawaz Amodu, that is the essay to the President on Technology. We celebrate you. Please jam your hands together. We really and sincerely appreciate your presence. Thank you so much, sir. And also, Mr. Wale Oladisi, the CEO, Wildrop Nigeria Limited. Wherever you are, please. Thank you so much, sir. Jam your hands together. Thank you. Now, I think I should do this before we move forward to the next thing on the agenda. For all the participants, maybe because we are far off each other, I don't know, maybe I should get on the stage. I feel like I'm getting something. Because some of these dignitaries that are here, they've left a lot of important things to make sure that all the youth here actually get back something. While you're listening and doing one thing or the other, I hope you know this. There's sort of like an empowerment that we are going to be doing afterwards, and do make sure that you get something out of these. Just don't be an onlooker and try as much as possible to participate. And I also would like to welcome the presence of representative of Senator Sharafuddin Abiodun Ali, and that's the Senator representing Oyo South Senatorial Districts. Honorable Jibril Alabi Muhammad and Honorable Sulaiman Ajeja, we thank you so much for joining us. Please, wherever you are, you can just wave your hands. Thank you so much. So please jam your hands together. Thank you. We really appreciate your presence. And also, before we move forward to the next thing on the agenda, I would also like to recognize the presence of Honorable Saeed Fijabi. Please jam your hands together for him. We actually celebrate and we welcome you. Thank you so much for being part of this. All right, we'll move on to the next thing on the agenda, which is the special keynote address by the Special Advisor and Spokesperson to the President on Media and Public Communications, Chief Sunday Dari. In absentia, please let us watch this. Over to you, the technical group.
Distinguished guests, esteemed industry leaders, representatives of government institutions, members of the academic community, young innovators, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I join today and I extend my appreciation to the Office of the Special Assistant to the President on Youth Initiatives and the National Automotive Design and Development Council, NADDC, for convening this purposeful, timely gathering at a critical moment in our national economic journey. We're assembled not just for another conference, but for a national assignment, one that aligns squarely with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. It is an agenda that sees youth empowerment, distinguished technological adoption, and industrial repositioning esteemed as mutually reinforcing pillars of Nigeria's emerging institutions as a modern, members of the academic community. Therefore, driving the renewed hope agenda, the team before us today, driving the future, empowering Nigerian youth through automotive innovation, goes to the heart of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Nigeria First policy. It reflects the call to rebuild the nation's industrial foundations, strengthen local value addition, and create the jobs and skills that will power the economy of the next decade. The automotive industry, by its nature, is a force multiplier. It brings together engineering, manufacturing, ICT, transport systems, energy storage, material science design, logistics, skilled and unskilled labor. When young Nigerians are equipped to participate in this ecosystem, we do not merely expand employment, we expand our capacity to innovate, to design, to manufacture, and to compete globally. Morocco next door offers a clear example of what the automobile industry can do for our young people. The administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu recognizes that sustainable economic strength depends on empowering young Nigerians with real tools, real platforms, real skills, and real opportunities to shape the industrial pathways of the future. Therefore, today's gathering is not just timely, but it's also strategic. The youth as the center of industrialization. Across the world, countries that have achieved automotive competitiveness, from Japan and Germany to China and South Korea, and I dare say Morocco, next door, build their success on three foundations: abundant local talent, robust innovation ecosystems, and consistent policy support from the government. And that is what the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu offers. Nigeria therefore possesses these same ingredients. Our young people are among the most innovative in the world, whether in makeshift workshops building prototypes, EVs, in community garages refining diagnostic technologies, in campuses across the country experimenting with battery assembly, or in tech hubs developing mobility apps. Their creativity is unmistakable. What has been missing is the structured pipeline that connects that creativity to institutions, venture capitalists, financiers, manufacturers, and indeed government support. That gap is what today's conference is designed to bridge. Let me state very clearly here and unequivocally that the Tinubu administration is committed to ensuring that Nigerian youth are not spectators, but co-architects and leaders in our national automotive and mobility revolution. Therefore, aligning with global shifts in mobility. Even as the world is undergoing a rapid transition in mobility, three major trends now define the global automotive landscape. What are they? One is the rise of electric vehicles and alternative energy systems. Two is digital and autonomous technologies, transforming vehicle intelligence. Number three, smart mobility platforms, reshaping transportation efficiency and safety. Nigeria must not be a passive consumer of these trends. And of course, I left out a fourth one, the CNG revolution, silently pervading our country. approved as a national policy by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu less than 6 months when he took over the mantle of leadership. Therefore, Nigeria must not be a passive consumer of these trends. We must participate, and we must participate early. The skills required to thrive in this new automotive frontier are skills our young people are already acquiring. Coding, design, fabrication, electronics, renewable energy engineering. With the right support, they can help us to leapfrog stages of industrial revolution. Collaboration becomes a catalyst for this success between the private sector and the government. No country builds a globally competitive automotive industry by government action alone. The private sector becomes a catalyst. Collaboration becomes the driver. Government agencies must continue to sign regulatory frameworks, incentives, and training programs. We must align our programs with best practices benchmarked across the world. The private sector must open apprenticeships, research centers, fabrication labs, and investment pipelines for mobility startups. And it will be important to recall that under this administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we have seen a refocus into vocational skills, technical schools, to the extent that now students of technical schools have been added to the NEL fund. They can get funding for their study. Universities and polytechnics must modernize their engineering, material science, and automotive curriculum. Innovators must keep experimenting. They must keep refining. They must keep building, and they must keep scaling up the numbers. Through the NADDC and complementary presidential programs that abound, this administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is already expanding automotive clusters across the country, supporting private sector EV pilot projects, enabling local assembly from Inewi to Kaduna to Lagos, and strengthening the technical training ecosystem. But we must all do more together through collaboration. In our country today, a market of immense opportunities exists. We must tap into them. As a government, there is a commitment. Private sector, there is a commitment. And I think the most important commitment we need is from our young people to turn their direction towards acquiring skills of the 21st century, digital skills, automotive skills, etc. It's a wide range. Nigeria is Africa's largest potential automotive market today. We see the hundreds of thousands of cars on our roads, every city, millions of our cars on our roads. Our vehicle stock is aging with an average lifespan of 12 to 15 years. Urbanization is accelerating, driving demand for mobility solutions. The time is now. New energies are opening spaces for EV charging infrastructure, battery recycling, and green jobs. This is not just a policy conversation today. It is an investment opportunity, and I believe those will be unveiled today. A nation of over 200 million people cannot remain dependent on imports for its mobility future. Let us mobilize for our future. So I give a call to action to the young people in this hall and to all young people who will have the opportunity to listen to me. Your ideas matter. Your prototypes matter. Your boldness matters. The future of mobility in Nigeria will be shaped by your imagination and your refusal to accept limits and limitations. So let's roll up our sleeves and let's get this done. To industry stakeholders, I have a message for you. Let this gathering produce new investments, new research collaborations, new incubators, new opportunities, and expanded manufactured footprints. To policymakers and institutions, let us continue building an environment that rewards innovation, protects local industries, and provides our youth with the tools to engage globally. There must be a forward commitment. As part of this drive, this administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has signposted its commitment by working with the NADDC and, of course, the Special Assistant on Youth Initiative to develop a coordinated support framework, which will include a Youth Mobility Innovation Challenge to fund early-stage automotive EV ideas, strengthen NADC innovation hubs in key states of the Federation, expanded apprenticeship and industry placement schemes, a national registry to link automotive innovators with investors, manufacturers, and research institutions. These are just initial steps. We intend to build a future where innovation is not the exception, but the national culture. In conclusion, I say boldly that Nigeria stands on the threshold of a new industrial era. We're talking about the fourth industrial revolution, one where young innovators design the mobility solutions that power our cities, power our homes, energize our industries, reduce emissions, and redefine our global identity as a people. And under the Renewed Hope agenda, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR has laid out a clear vision. It is now a shared responsibility as young people and as citizens to drive that vision forward with clarity, collaboration, and commitment. Let us commit today to building an automotive industry that is modern, competitive, inclusive, youth-driven, and unmistakably Nigerian. That is the message of the Nigerian First policy. Together, as young people and as a nation, we can drive the future. Together, we can collaborate to empower our youth and invest in their future. Together, we can build a stronger, more innovative, and more prosperous Nigeria. Thank you for listening, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We can collaborate to empower our youth and invest in their future. Together, we can build a stronger, more innovative, and more prosperous Nigeria. Thank you for listening, and God bless the Federal Republic.
Wow, that was amazing. In absentia, we would like to say thank you to the Special Advisor and Spokesperson to the President on Media and Public Communications, and that is the person of Chief Sunday Dari. We would like to move on to the next, but before we do that, we would like to appreciate the presence of Tunde Onokoya. Auto Clinic Ibadan will celebrate you. Thank you so much for being part of this. Please jam your hands together. Thank you so much. Now, on Instagram and on Facebook, the National Auto. Please do not forget the hashtag NA for a while. And I took my time to ask some questions about the NADDC because a lot of people out there might actually be thinking, what is the meaning of NADDC? And some of the people that are even here, they are not as if that they have like BSc, MSc, like a doctor, amongst many other things. And while I was doing my research, I discovered that this youth initiative was picked at random, and to empower each and everyone. This is not politically motivated, and most of the participants here have been under training for here, and we say thank you to each and everyone. Ready?
My areas where we think that we need to have interventions, where we do not have the right initiatives, then we design to fit initiatives along these sectors. And we continue to make sure that all the initiatives that we build are in line with the renewable agenda of Mr. President.
Local content includes everything from fabricating indigenous components to employing local labor during assembly. The NADDC plans interactive workshops with component producers to identify competitive opportunities, support domestic manufacturing, and gradually phase out imports through strategic tariff measures.
Most of us nísìnyí ló ti lọ sí school. Even gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa wọ́n ti lọ sí school tó ń jẹ́ pé wọ́n sì ń ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ yìí. Wọ́n ti lọ sí school tó ń jẹ́ pé wọ́n sì ń ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ yìí náà.
I decided to go into engineering in primary school first because of the money involved. Then I discovered that mechanical engineering is something that I would love to do since it's related to what I'm interested in, robotics.
Type of leaders we have currently, the future of automotive is very, very bright in Nigeria.
From training the workforce of tomorrow and retooling assembly lines to engineering our way into the clean energy revolution, Nigeria is not just catching up, it's setting the pace.
Because it is when you stimulate that local demand that you can also drive the purchase and produce what you consume. When you're talking created as a result, in terms of, the industry that is implicated in all of that.
We have the mandate to regulate automotive sector in Nigeria.
Funding for value-adding ventures. The council also collaborates with the ADF committee aimed at boosting demand for locally assembled vehicles. Another cornerstone policy is the end-of-life vehicles ELV regulation. Nigeria currently
a landmark step towards boosting Nigeria's automotive industry and empowering.
This place is part of that opportunity of producing those skilled technicians.
The Honorable Minister of State for Industry explained that the project aligns with the automotive policy target of
now have already made opportunity to have a new
check the movement of the gear. I'll check the AC. Those are the basic things that at least those are the basic things that you look at. Correlate things, engine, gear, and AC. They are important of everything. The body can be fixed. The engine, you can't manage it. If the engine is not good, you have to buy another one.
I really want to make changes and impact in the world. I really want to make changes and impact in the world through this engineering field.
We find out that we don't have a lot of made in Nigerian vehicles. We have a change in
the National Automotive Design and Development Council's strategic policies have been carefully crafted, designed not as slogans, but as a structural blueprint for an industrialized, competitive automotive sector. The National Automotive Industry Development Plan, NADDC, sets 7 bold targets to elevate Nigeria's automotive capacity, producing 200,000 vehicles annually, transitioning from semi-knockdown to CKD CBU manufacturing, raising local content to 40% CBU manufacturing, raising local content to 40%, increasing employment across the automotive value chain, and ensuring electric vehicles account for 30% of local production.
What my office is doing now is that we are collaborating with the National Automotive Design and Development Council to upskill young people in this sector. And what we are looking at through this partnership is to train thousands
and thousands of young people in the skill of CNG conversion and retrofitting of vehicles to align with the CNG policy that we now have in the presidency.
The National Automotive Design and Development Council, on behalf of the federal government, has broken ground for a new automotive training center at the University of Education and Entrepreneurship, Pampa in Cross River State. The project, launched on August 29th, continues NADDC's efforts to expand technical training hubs across the country.
The university, or not only South, not only the state, but the whole nation as a whole.
Director General Joseph Oshonipi, in his remarks, disclosed that NADDC has already established 21 centers nationwide, with 16 fully equipped.
The federal government is also promoting the manufacture of electric vehicles locally in Nigeria, improving policies and enabling environment created for investors. I can announce that at some point in the work of the NADDC, I've had the privilege of unveiling electric vehicles assembled in our country already. This has provided job opportunities for obtaining youths, increase our GDP and enhance our global competitiveness in the automotive industry.
I know that at the moment we have the National Skill Qualification Framework that has been put together by the National Board of Technical Education, and I know that the automotive sector in Nigeria, through the National Automotive Design and Development Council, has set up the Sector Skill Council for the automotive sector in Nigeria. All these are steps in the right direction.
The NADDC, alongside the state government and the Leading Mechanic Initiative, has successfully trained 50 women technicians in CNG conversion technology. This empowerment program aligns with a renewable agenda, promoting gender diversity in technical fields within the automotive and clean energy sectors.
The president has been for conversion of that's why we want to do this training so that after this we can discuss the presidential initiative so that we can bring some conversion fees to Edo State and be converted as free of charge.
And CEO NADDC Motors, please we celebrate you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you and thank you. And hence this wonderful, wonderful initiative. I will celebrate each and everyone present here. And this is where we are making history. Our Nigeria is taking the global stage. What about now we are going to go for Mr. Saeed Oladele. We celebrate your presence. Mr. Saeed Oladele, thank you so much for being part of this. All right, we're going to the tea break. I have some instructions that I'm supposed to pass around. Please, on our VIPs, you go to your left, which is my right hand side. Thank you. That particular exit, please try as much as possible. Just go there for the tea break. Try as much as possible to network. And every other person, the participant, please just go through the back door, the tea break for the tea break session, and we're supposed to be back by 1 p.m. Okay, and please check your bags. Your meal ticket is there. Just take the one for the tea break and go through the back door. Please do not forget that. And please, all the VIPs who would like sort of like an order of photography, please kindly step forward here, just in front of the podium. New information, if you're a participant sitting at the back, please just wait, just stay there. The team will definitely come to you. Please let us maintain decorum. All our VIPs, please, you're expected to be here for the order of photography. Thank you. Please, if you are a participant, you're not part of the VIP session, please kindly just sit where you are seated. Your tea will definitely come to you. Just give the person or personnel that are attending to you your meal tickets and they will do justice to it. Please let us try as much as possible. Let's maintain orderliness. Thank you so much. Please do not stand up from your seat except for the VIP. And the observing order of photography. Thank you. Please, all our VIPs, kindly exit through the right-hand side. That exit that we are looking at right about now. Your tea break somebody will direct you to where you're going to have your tea break. Please, all VIPs, please, ushers that are the session for VIPs, please do not forget. Kindly direct the VIPs to where they are going to have their tea break. Ushers, the ushers in charge of the VIP session, please do not forget.
Local content includes everything from fabricating indigenous components. Local content includes everything from fabricating indigenous components producers to identify competitive opportunities and gradually phase out imports through strategic tariff.
I decided to go into engineering in primary school first because of the money involved.
In the world.
My role as the Special Assistant to the President on Youth Initiatives entails that I oversee all youth initiatives in the country, and in areas where we think that we need to have interventions, where we do not have the right initiatives, then we design to fit initiatives along these sectors. And we continue to make sure that all the initiatives that we build are in line with the Renewed Hope agenda of Mr. President.
Local content includes everything from fabricating indigenous components to employing local labor during assembly. The NADDC plans interactive workshops with components producers to identify competitive opportunities, support domestic manufacturing, and gradually phase out imports through strategic tariff measures.
bìlífù àwọn èèyàn ní ẹgbà yẹn pé ọmọ yẹn bá ti le tó wá fẹ́ ṣe ẹ lọ fi sí ọgbà mẹkáníìkì ó máa rọ̀ ó máa change but kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ most of us.
I decided to go into engineering in primary school first because of the money involved. Then as I grew up, that was in senior secondary, and discovered that mechanical engineering is something that I would love to do since it's related to what I'm interested in, robotics.
From training the workforce of tomorrow and retooling assembly, Nigeria is not just catching up, it's setting the pace.
What does it create, in terms of, the industry that is implicated in all of that.
We have the mandate to ensure the production of local components and to production of those components locally. The aim of that is to improve the percentage of local content of material used in producing vehicles.
Adding ventures. The council also collaborates and for locally assembled vehicles. Another cornerstone policy is the end-of-life vehicles ELV regulation. Nigeria currently imports hundreds of thousands of used vehicles annually, creating a mounting environmental and logistical challenge. The ELV policy seeks to solve this by promoting circular economy practices.
I think the challenge we have, so if
the country,
We are doing mechatronics. This has provided
capacity in technical fields,
And it will be converted at free of
Fit for the growth of Nigeria.
Creating value, solving problems. So, gas producers and reserves in the world. Gas producers and reserves in the world. So we have to find a way.
So we have CNG that powers our homes. Thank you very much for that. How Nigerian engineers, technicians, and designers are capable of building vehicles that meet global standard. Not with a fully Nigerian company. Full Nigerian. Our technicians are Nigerian, owners are Nigerians, everything are Nigerian. Look in America, they have all this up and school. One clear thing, that Nigerians do not lack talent. We only need the opportunity to show what we are made up of. Who wants the opportunity today? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And you will get it. We are going to markets should be left for Africa. We cannot continue to have a country where our own market is dominated by foreign players. We cannot continue to have a country where our market is dominated by Asians or Europeans or Americans. They are already dominating their own markets. About 20-30% of the population of the world, but we contribute only 3% of the GDP of the world. That's why sometimes when there's a recession, there's not just in Africa or anything, because we are almost not connected to the global economy, and that has to change. And it can only change actually by everybody in this room, and even outside this room, using their hands and their brains to actually provide and produce goods and services for us as a nation. Innovation will be youth-driven. America is run by the youth. Go and look at most of the technology you see anywhere, even your Instagram, your Facebook, they were all created by men and women under 40 when it was created. And that's something that we have to do in this country. The change we are looking for, the solution we are looking for, it has to come from the young people, because we young people have the incentive to be innovative and to be creative. The next big breakthrough will have to come from young minds, using technology, creativity, local intelligence to solve Nigerian problems. To unlock our potential in the Nigerian auto industry, next slide please. The next one. We're going to need a lot of investment, and not just financial capital and investment. We're also going to need training, policies, and partnerships. Policies that show that the Nigerian market is for Nigeria, African market is for Africa. Why should, and because you have to ask yourself, most
of the vehicles brought into Nigeria, let me give you statistics. Nigerians import about 500,000 vehicles a year. 97% of that are used vehicles imported in. In fact, 99.4% of all the vehicles brought into Nigeria, 99.4% are imported. 97 are used, 2.4% are brand new imported. Only 0.6% of the vehicles on Nigerian roads are made in Nigeria. There's no way we can continue to progress with such. You cannot, it's like a family that has a lot of value, but all the money, all the salaries you get in your household is taken outside. You don't reinvest it, you don't do anything. There's no way you can grow, there's no way you can multiply. So that's something that we have to look into and do it differently. We have a population of 200 million people who rely on mobility every day. It's a big market. That's where a lot of foreigners are here. But we are not using that advantage to ourselves. We don't move ourselves. We don't power ourselves. We outsource our own opportunities. We actually use our own money to empower foreign factories. And we now wonder why we do not have enough jobs in the country. We have to, in our own way here, little by little, we don't have to just wait for the government. The government will create the policies, but in our own way, be able to do what we can do. Look around you. People ask me, I need a business idea and so. And I tell them there are so many business ideas. What's a business idea? Like I said earlier when I defined entrepreneurship, it's about solving problems, meeting needs. So look around you. Any place you see a problem, that's a business opportunity. Go there, solve that problem, and charge money on it. Look for how you can monetize the solving of those problems. Now, going back into automobile again, which is one of the things, the main topic, it's areas for investment, CNG refilling stations and conversion centers, local assembly and component manufacturing. It's going to be a big market. If you're looking to be skilled, that's something you can go and train on. Local assembly and component manufacturing, innovation hubs focused on automobile solutions and softwares. That's something you can look into. I can assure you it will be one of the biggest in the next future. Nigeria is going to move into CNG because it's a cleaner way of moving people from one point to another. It's a cheaper way for moving people from one point to another. So those who are trained in it, I'm sure some of you know some people who are trained in CNG, software and conversion and mechatronics. Go into it and you'll have a great future. The government, banks, private entities like mine are ready and we're waiting. I assure you there is a big skill gap. Many of us are looking to employ people in our sector, in the automotive sector. But there are some players here, they can tell you, there's a very big skill gap. We find it very difficult to employ very competent hands. And if we can train our young people, these are problems to be solved and the GDP of the country will grow because it means that we'll be able to produce better goods and services. Now, let me talk about the youth empowerment and Nigeria's competitive advantage. Nigeria has one of the largest, if not the largest, youth population. I think maybe only India is higher than us. But in Africa, certainly we have the youngest youth population. In the world, I think we're second next to India. We have the largest youth population in the world. In Africa, second in the world. And that's our strength, our greatest strength. Next slide, I want you to go to the youth empowerment slide, please. So our generation is very tech savvy, creative, adaptable, and entrepreneurial. Everybody here wants to be an entrepreneur. They want to make money, they want to do great things. That's supposed to be a good thing. And let us harness that into doing better things for our country. Now, the young people must understand certain things, and I'm going to give, because I'm believing very so I'm going to give you a couple of advice. Now, number one is this. Build your competence and capabilities, your capacity. if you want to deliver value, if you want to be successful, if you want to impact value, number one is you have to be competent in your area that you've chosen. You have to be competent, which means you have to focus a lot more on self-development, or even go to school, which is get people to train you on what you want. Because the only way you can deliver value is if you have what it takes. You can't deliver what you do. You can't deliver what you don't have. So you have to be competent and you have to have the capacity to deliver top quality. The number two is you need to start where you are. A lot of people say, oh, I can't do this because I don't have this, they think about the limitation. A lot of my friends even come to me and say, Toby, I'm a full-blown Nigerian. Schooled in Nigeria and I was born here. People look at me and they think, okay, maybe there's some, like they say on social media, Nepo kid or so. Maybe not, but I can tell you that's not true. I started with what I had. It might look not true now, but I tell you, go around you, look at a lot of people that have made it to Nigeria, Tony Lumelu, even Sajimi Ovia, a lot of them, they started where they are. It's very easy to look for excuses. It's very easy to talk about a lot of the things that are not okay. But if you want to separate yourself from the rest and be impactful, and by extension be successful, after you've built competence, the next thing is to start from where you are. Slowly, you would grow. Someone was telling me something one day. I know I want to share this for the young people. Was saying, okay, how do you do this? Start, if you have, for example, let's say 3 million naira. I don't know. I'm just giving an example. 3 million naira. With competence, you will get a bank who will give you 10 million naira. With competence. And if you do that, you use that 10 million naira and you make, let's say, 30% profit or so, and you're able to deliver in 3 months. Now you can have like maybe 5 million naira. Now with 5 million naira, you can get a bank to give you 15 million naira. By the end of the year, if you're very diligent, with a bit of luck, I have to admit, you can end the year with 7 million naira. Then you start the cycle again. With 7 million naira, you can get a bank to give you 20 million naira. And that's how you see your guy that was just your normal guy. After 5 years, he's doing 100 million, 200 million naira. And you think he's lying to you about how he's grown. No, he's not lying to you. He's been diligent, he's been prudent with his money, he's been competent, and he started where he is with what he has. The next is to have integrity. No matter how competent you are, no matter how smart you are, if you don't have integrity, people won't give you money. There's something they say, "Owo ni keke yinriri," think I'm in Ibadan. Owo ni keke yinriri. You understand that? Yes. So, money is the driver of any mission, whether gospel, politics, business. You need money to move, and money. You need people to give you money. You need people to trust in your vision to give you the money. And if you don't have integrity, nobody's going to give you money. For me, I think having integrity is, and when I say I'm going to give you 1 naira on Thursday, me giving you that 1 naira on Thursday has been even more than intelligence or competence, one of my biggest competitive advantage. Because as easy as it sounds, it's something that is not very obvious where we are. So we have to do that. Have integrity. When you say A is A. When you say B, B is B. And finally, gravitate towards delivering value. Gravitate towards delivering value. One of the reasons why people do not want to buy maybe something that's in Nigeria is because I notice some people, when maybe you give maybe an artisan a clothes to make or a chair to make, he takes the money first, then he decides if he should give you the chair you want or the clothes you want. That should not be that way. And that's why you see people, even in Nigeria, making a lot of money. And people know that if I tell you to make this chair or this clothes, they will make it. And you see them making, because all the customers want to go to them. So prioritize delivering value. When you deliver value, people will come to you, you will make money, and you will grow financially. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much for coming for this. I want to see you guys at the top, young people. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Chairman is still going to come back, definitely, for the panel session. So there's lots more to learn from this person. And we thank you so much for being part of this. And that is Mr. Oluwatobiloba Ajayi, Chairman, NADDC Motors. Now move on to the next thing on the agenda for today. Another keynote address from Niyi Adioshu, and that is a person of MD Tatum Bank, Youth Innovation Financing. And we just have a few minutes because we are still waiting for some of our panelists are just seated waiting for this. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, organizer. And really, how is it a coincidence that I'm just talking straight after my brother just finished his speech? Really, I've been giving witness to everything he said. So, and I still have your inscription on my car that my next car will be in Lord. We are going to have that discussion. To the special assistant to the President of Youth and Initiative, the DG of Automotive Design and National Automotive Design and Development Council, to all other important dignitaries, industry players, to the National Youth Service Corps, and permit me to stand on existing protocol. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Akim Durotoyi. I am here representing Mr. Niyi Adioshu, the MD CEO of Tatum Bank. And just by way of introduction, Tatum Bank is a new player in the financial industry with regional authorization. So our catchment area are the Southwest, the South-South, and the Northwest. So that is who we are at Tatum Bank. Really, let me now go straight into the speech as curated by my MD CEO. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm deeply honored to deliver the special address at a forum that sits at the intersection of youth, innovation, industrial development, and national transformation. I want to... Sorry, please. Sorry, can I have the presentation? I want to especially commend the Office of the Special Assistant to the President on Youth Initiatives, and then the National Automotive Design and Development Council, NADDC, for this forward-thinking engagement. It captures the very essence of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, placing Nigerian innovation, enterprise, and youth at the head of the national progress. Can we move to the next slide, please? The NADDC has become one of the industry's most critical institutions for industrialization. It works preaches design policy and open content development in Nigeria's automotive and mobility sector. Through its leadership, Nigeria has seen the Nigerian Automotive Industry Development Plan, NADDC, the establishment of automotive training centers. Next slide, please. The accreditation of mobile vehicles assemblers and component manufacturers, and lastly, the initiatives promoting electric vehicle, EV, adoption and compressed natural gas, CNG mobility. These are not efforts, they reflect a deliberate effort to position Nigeria as Africa's automotive hub while empowering the youth to participate meaningfully in that vision. Next slide, please. Under the current administration, NADDC has received strong policy and political backing for the renewed hope industrialization agenda, The government has equally reaffirmed its commitment to NADDC, working to give it legal force to ensure consistency. The administration is also promoting CNG vehicles conversion, EV innovation, and sustainable mobility. Fiscal and procurement policy are equally increasing in favor of made in Nigeria vehicles. This strategy as it reduces import dependency, saves foreign exchange, and stimulates domestic innovation. What are the impacts that NADDC is having on MSMEs and local content? These are critical impacts. First, we have auto component SMEs. We have technical clusters and artisans that have benefited from the NADDC's training. Then innovation competitions and youth design challenges, which have battered new startups in these areas. Next slide, please. So what are the strategic implications and the road ahead for these initiatives? Nigeria's automotive future is no longer an aspiration. It is a reality as we are here present today and we are witnessing this groundbreaking initiative. Number one, it will lead to industrial sovereignty. Two, it will equally lead to job creation, which is very key for our developing economy. Then, of course, technology transfer will be inward and in-house. Then, while we are here, it's also important that it will lead to youth empowerment. And of course, in the long run, sustainability of the initiative and sustainability of the economy. For these days to be sustained, the industry needs consistent policy. This is a critical component. Patient capital, another critical component, and an active collaboration between financial institutions, governments, and innovators. Next slide, please. Now, from the financial perspective, because we've been talking to the industry perspective, the technical perspective. Now, from the financial perspective, at State-owned Bank, we are looking at and committing to ensure that, firstly, we will design a dedicated auto innovation fund for young engineers. This is our promise. The second part is we will build strategic alliance with Bank of Industry. Somebody has mentioned Bank of Industry at the beginning of this project. And thirdly, we will develop structured auto credit and leasing models. And that is what our economy needs. We need something that will bridge the credit gap, the finance gap, and that is why we are here at State-owned Bank. Thirdly, we will partner NADDC on skills to finance pipelines so that graduates of these training centers can access starter credit to set up workshops, diagnostic centers, and spare parts businesses. And finally, we will promote clean mobility finance because part of the government effort at promoting CNG is to ensure that we have safe environment when we are doing our automobile businesses. So, and part of our commitment is we launched a youth automotive innovation financing, which I mentioned earlier, provide development and working capital for MSMEs in collaboration with Bank of Industry and the likes, support research, incubation and innovation challenges, and serve as a financial advisor to NADDC-backed clusters and startups seeking scale or export or readiness. This is how we intend to move from policy to performance and from innovation to impact. In conclusion, the last slide. In conclusion, my distinguished guests, the industry players, the youth of Nigeria, it is a story of resilience and creativity. We cannot mention Nigeria without mentioning resilience. We cannot mention Nigeria without mentioning youth, creativity, and courage. And you cannot mention the country without talking about our courage to be a people, to further and deepen the existence of the country. With the combined strength of visionary policy, one, empowered youth, two, and responsive financing, we can build an ecosystem that drives Nigeria into a new industrial era. At State-owned Bank, we believe the future of mobility is made in Nigeria, by Nigeria, for Nigeria. and for the world as well. Designed by Nigerians, powered by Nigerians, Nigerian talent, and financed by Nigerian institutions, not only for Nigeria, but for the global economy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. The Divisional Head, Tatum Bank Southwest, we celebrate you. And thank you so much for that good representation of NADDC, that is the ME Tatum Bank. And I have the honor and the privilege to recognize the presence of Mr. Victor Agena, that is the Divisional Head, Infrastructure of Finance, Bank of Industry. But thank you, sir, for coming. Please jump your hands together. He is there. Please, you can just wave so that people will know that you are here. Just because, the divisional head just mentioned Bank of Industry, I just remember that we need to welcome their presence. And you want to handle a lot of things. All right. I would also like to recognize the presence of SSA to the governor of your state on student matters. That is the person of Honorable Victor Olojede. Please celebrate him. Thank you so much, sir, for coming and being part of this. And please do not forget, try as much as possible to make it by taking pictures, take some videos, and make sure that you tag the right handle. And while you are tagging, do not forget the hashtag Youth Auto Conference or NADDC Youth Initiative. Do not forget to follow on all our social handles, especially on Twitter, at Youth Initiative Nigeria, Youth INNGR, for Twitter, Instagram, and also on Thread, and that is Youth INNGR. All right, thank you so much, sir. All right, move on to the next person that is going to give his keynote address today. We have the person of Fawaz Amotu, the Executive President on Technology, Autonomous and Semi-Autonomous Vehicle. Please jump your hands together and welcome the person, Fawaz Amotu. Thank you so much, sir.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. The Master of Ceremonies, the DG, NADDC, Special Assistant to President, Youth Initiatives. Please permit me to stand on existing protocols. There are a lot of dignitaries here, and I've just been told my time has been cut short. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Let me begin by saying what a pleasure it is to see the turnout for this event. It is very encouraging to know that there is still a lot of interest in automotive technology, and I am here to talk about the future of global transportation, particularly as it relates to Africa and Nigeria. A lot of people have talked about policies, they've talked about regulation, they've talked about what the government is doing. No one is actually talking about the vehicle itself and what is coming down the pipeline. So let's focus on that for a little bit. The global automotive market has seen a lot of transformation in recent years. This is mostly due to concerns around climate change and peak oil. We have seen clamors for cleaner and more energy-efficient solutions, CNG, electric vehicles, hydrogen fuel cells, and so on. All valid concerns which have been covered and mentioned by many of the colleagues here. But my main focus today is on intelligent mobility systems. While the world's leading economies are moving towards self-driving vehicles and smarter road networks, we in Nigeria and Africa at large will stand at a unique moment. We can choose to follow what is being done and copy, or we can choose to innovate and lead our own transformation. Let us consider the possibilities before us and the pathways we must walk to shape our future in this new paradigm. Autonomous vehicles are no longer experimental concepts. They are being tested on highways, integrated into logistics systems, and incorporated into everyday mobility solutions. Semi-autonomous features such as collision detection, lane keeping assistance, and automated braking are already standard in new vehicles across the world. And the recent buzz about AI, everybody has heard, you've seen videos, you've seen clips on social media. People are doing incredible things with AI. This is also happening in automobiles and different vehicles. We are on the cusp of a technology-driven, of a new age of technology-driven equipment and utilities. How do we prepare our infrastructure, our markets, and our people to benefit from all that is new? First, I will introduce 3 key elements for autonomous vehicles: sensors, robotics, and artificial intelligence, commonly known as AI. Sensors are the eyes and the ears. Every autonomous system begins with awareness. This is where the sensors come in and list some examples. You have LiDAR technology that can create real-time 3D maps of the road. Radar systems can detect objects even in low visibility like rain and dust, especially for Hamilton season, conditions that are typical in our region. Cameras can interpret vehicle positioning, lane markings, traffic signals, pedestrians, and so on. All these sensors can combine to give the vehicle a sense of place. You know where you are, where you are going, and how to get there. This means that investment in sensor technology is one of the more desirable things that we require. There is an opportunity here to create assembly plants for industrial electronics. Given our resource-rich nation and a lot of MDs and technology people around here today, we can prioritize this domain and leverage programs like NADDC and our engineers to become suppliers to the global mobility chain, not just consumers. Robotics are the body. Autonomous vehicles are essentially mobile robots. Many of their components, such as the steering systems, the braking I mentioned earlier, and the power transmission, are all controlled by robotic actuators and mechatronic systems. Fancy term, but simply what it means is everything we do when we drive a car, we can get technology to do it for us. Robotics itself in Nigeria is a developing sector with increasing focus on education, research, and practical applications. In November 2020, the National Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics was commissioned under NADDC. It is a digital innovation and research facility that's focused on AI, robotics and drones, Internet of Things, and other emerging technologies aimed at transforming the Nigerian digital economy. We need to connect academic innovation to industrial manufacturing. Imagine having regional robotic centers to build automated steering modules, robotic braking systems, drive-by-wire components, and intelligent mobility hardware. With the support of industrial clusters and cross-border collaboration, particularly under the African Free Trade Agreement, these components can be manufactured at scale across the continent. Artificial intelligence. If sensors are the eyes and the ears, and robotics are the body, then AI is the brain. Artificial intelligence makes sense of the world around the vehicle. It reads patterns, it predicts hazards, and it must make critical decisions in milliseconds. Consider the peculiarities of driving in Nigeria. We have all seen many drivers making illegal or dangerous maneuvers, driving on the wrong side of the road, stopping on expressways to pick up and drop off passengers, and so on. The fact is that the AI models that are being built now will not work for us in Nigeria. We have to think about our own homegrown development and localization. Our transport systems, our roads, even our weather patterns, all require AI trained for Nigerian needs. We can become a global center for mobility AI development if we are able to create our own custom versions of mobility AI, hazard prediction, and adaptive routing algorithms. I've talked about the key elements and what this does for driving a vehicle by itself. The next step is testing. It's not enough to just build a vehicle, we need to make sure it works. And we need to be able to do this in a safe and reliable way before deployment. We must create controlled autonomous vehicle testing grounds, simulation labs for mobility AI, and partnerships with universities for real-world trials. Our urban cities, Lagos, Ibadan, Kano, Abuja, Port Harcourt, or Benin City, are all ideal for mobility innovation zones, where autonomous shuttles, delivery robots, and semi-autonomous systems can be tested safely. These environments will allow our developers, I'm hoping some of them are among us here today, to train the AI on unpredictable movement, market activities, motorcycles and keke behavior that I listed, and inconsistent lane markings. This is where Nigeria's mobility intelligence will be born. Now, to move from the concept to the impact, we must pursue clear and strategic pathways. We need policy and regulations which have already been discussed, so I will move swiftly on. We need capacity building. Universities and polytechnics must expand programs in robotics, embedded systems, computer vision, and AI engineering. For local manufacturing, we need to offer tax incentives, R&D grants, and industrial clusters to drive the local production of the sensors and the components for semi-autonomous systems. Public-private partnerships, we need the automotive companies like Nord, I think I saw one or two others in attendance today. We need telecom providers, we need startups and government agencies to collaborate to build a full mobility ecosystem. Nigeria should also encourage Africa to adopt unified standards for autonomous mobility, thereby enabling cross-border adoption and continental supply chains. If we act boldly, the benefits are immense. We can have economic transformation where automotive systems will reduce logistic costs, which currently add about 40% to the price of goods, just getting them from one region to another. From building sensors, robotics, we specialized in robotics maintenance, data science, software development, mobility infrastructure, and sensor manufacturing. And I keep harping on because these are things we can do as a quick win. Education will lead to fewer accidents, better traffic management, and education will lead to fewer accidents, better traffic management, and real-time navigation. Our cities can then evolve into smart, efficient mobility hubs. If others on the continent embrace these ideas, in conclusion, autonomous and semi-autonomous area, especially on the future of transportation, is intelligent. We must be prepared to build, to solve our own problems. We must be ready to show. I want to believe it starts.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like to speak Yoruba, if you're permitted. Tí a bá pe irú ìjókòó báyìí, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ló máa ń sú. Ẹlòmíràn àwọn kan sáà ń gbé dáadáa sí òṣù ẹran tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Please do not miss this great opportunity. Essence of what we are doing. Káwa, kó sáwà ó pèrègèdè, káwa káwa, kó sáwà ó pèrègèdè, káwa má ṣìṣe, ká má fẹsẹ̀ kọ́, pẹ́pẹ́yẹ ikú sómi o, tó ń fomi mi ṣeré, fomi mi ṣeré o, tó ń fomi mi ṣeré. Má fẹsẹ̀ lú o. Ìbàrá ìlú o. the mic to you. I would like to say something. Okay, what is exactly it is that they are going to give unto us? And that is why that he is here. It's going to ID and NADDC. Okay. Okay, the information reaching me right about now is that we are going to be presenting certificate 3 in each category. Please listen to your name as they present it. There will be photo ops for this. All right, thank you so much. Please, every other dignitaries that we have here, we'll be calling you one after the other of trade. Participants, you please get ready. Immediately you hear your name, please kindly step forward and walk as fast as you can because our time is very much fast spent. Sir and Mass, please kindly fall to the center. Ma'am, sir, please, can you please move to the center? Thank you, sir.
Grace Nigerian youth, and especially the NATA members, those organized by DAG, that's him. Others organized by DAG, that's him. Others, you will get your certificates, and CNG. MD give employment to the best CIS candidate. Give employment to the best CIS candidate. So, what that means is that sometimes when you go for an event like this, try as much as possible to take it seriously. Because you don't know what will follow when we apply by employment. This representative of Portland.
Mr. Adeyemi David.
You are given employment. You are going to be part of the group that we present to.
Aisha Moturayo.
Aisha Moturayo. Please walk fast. If you can run, we would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Colin Peterme, please run up here, wherever you are. Please run up here, we're waiting for you. Thank you so much for running. And please clap as he runs, so that he can run faster.
Sharafa Akonji.
For her as she runs faster. We love this. We love this.
Can the 6 of you come back, please, or the 5 of you?
All the 5.
Aisha, come back.
Please step out, all the 6.
And the other 2.
Please do the tools and the certificate you just collected. And please make it snappy. Thank you. Please would appreciate if you can run. Our time is very much fast spent. Thank you so much. Please make it snappy, we're still waiting. Please kindly run along. Thank you. Please, let us stay at the lead row. Wow, that was significant. We thank you. We celebrate each and every dignitaries that is this part of an amazing, wonderful occasion. And thank you so much, Chairman, Mr. Wale Oladatsis, the CEO, Wheeldrop Nigeria Limited. We celebrate you. And thank you so much for that immeasurable gift to every of the best participants in this training. While we are gathering some things together in order to make sure that each and every dignitaries that we have here, they are going to be presenting one certificate or the other. I believe one of our moderators, the first panel session, should be set up very soon. Alright, do not forget that while you are here, take pictures, take videos, and put it online and use the hashtag Youth Initiative Nigeria. And also do not forget NADDC, Youth Empowerment, hashtag, please do not forget. And don't forget to follow us on all our socials. We have Youth INNGR. Please, this is an important initiative and we need to make it go viral. So while you are here as participants, as a co-member, you are invited. Please do something, put it out there on social media and let's get this out there. And the next thing on the agenda will be the panel session. Please let us make sure that the first panel session, the person handling it, please get ready immediately after this. I have the honor and the privilege to welcome to the podium Mr. Lanre Shitu for a brief keynote address. Please jump your hands together for Mr. Lanre Shitu. Wherever you are, we are expecting you on stage. Mr. Olanrewaju Shitu. Okay, please jump your hands together as he steps forward. Oh, thank you so much, sir. We are expecting you, sir. Sir, oh, you need the podium. Please, ladies and gentlemen, the people that are in charge of helping us with the podium, please kindly help us with this. Thank you. Please, our moderator for the first panel session should please get ready. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please permit me to stand on existing protocol. It is with gratitude and a deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today at this historical conference themed Driving the Future, Empowering Nigerian Youths Through Mobility Innovations. I thank His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the Office of the Special Assistant to the President on Youth Initiative, and the National Automotive Design and Development Council, NADDC, for the honor of delivering this special address on mobility, enterprise, and youth innovation. Let me begin with a simple truth. The future of mobility is not coming from Detroit, Shanghai, or Dubai. It is coming from right here. From the creativity, resilience, and raw talent of Nigerian youth, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu Nigerian First Policy and Renewed Hope agenda has given us the clearest signal yet. Our young people are not just beneficiaries of this development, they are the architects. This conference is proof that the government believes in you. The industrialist believes in you, in your ability to design, fabricate, code, and together we will commercialize these vehicles and mobility solutions for tomorrow. I see a Nigeria where a young woman from Abia designing battery management systems for Africa, most affordable electric vehicle. I see a young man from Castina writing a software that will power ride-sharing fleets across West Africa. I see a teenager from Ibadan designing 3D spare parts that millions of commercial buses on the road that futures is not a dream. That future is not a dream, it is a plan, and it starts today. But dream without enterprise remains fantasies. That is why mobility enterprise must belong to the new frontier for Nigerians' youth entrepreneurship. We need startups that turn local raw materials into world-class components. We need Incredibles that that transforms university prototypes into factory-ready products. We need policies that will make it easy for a 21-year-old brilliant Nigeria access funding, testing, facilities, and global market. To the young people in this hall, I say, the tools are here. NADDC parks, the Automotive Training Center springing up across the country, in which Larry Shitu Motors happens to be one of the major investors, with over 250 seating capacity automotive classroom in Abuja, 150 classroom in Lagos, 100 classroom in Ilorin, and we are still planning on expansion. We have also empowered over 3,000 youths directly in the past 5 years, which includes Nigerian graduates, SSCE holders, and dropouts. Most of them that had little or no resources, we gave hope. Do not wait for the permission to innovate. Build your minimum valuable products in your hostels, your garage, your backyard. Partner with your lecturers, your peers, and the industry mentor. You have people like Nod here, that's Tobi Ajayi and myself from Larry Shitu Motors. We are very accessible. Work with us with your innovations, approach us. We will partner together and we will definitely get a lot of shares from your products. So don't just limit yourself by saying, oh, if I do this, who will sponsor it? We are ready to sponsor it. The Nigeria of tomorrow belongs to those who dare to create today. To the government and industry leaders, I make a plea. Let us remove every barrier that stands between a brilliant Nigerian mind and global impact. Give us an automobile law that will encourage young-minded Nigerians towards their dreams and aspirations. Let us find their ideas. Protect their intellectual property and collaborate the success of our young innovators the same way we celebrate our musicians and footballers. In closing, let me remind us all of the word of our Mr. President. Hope is back. Today, in this civic center, I see that hope alive in your eyes. Together, let us drive Nigeria into the future where the cars on the road, the apps on our phones, and the jobs in our economy bear this proud stamp, made in Nigeria, powered by Nigerian youth. As an organization, on behalf of my late father, Alhaji Rasaki Akoni Olanrewaju Shitu, our founder, although he's late now, may his soul rest in peace, but the business is still very strong. I want NADDC, in conjunction with Office of the Special Assistant to the President on youth initiative, to identify, to empower them, for them to be able to fund tools at the back of their yard. And when they create, but because of the 6 people that came out now, as the MDC of the company, for them to be able to fund the ideas. And be rest assured that, I said this again, we are accessible. Come up with your idea, build on it, approach us, and together we'll fund it and commercialize it. Thank you for this privilege. May God bless you all, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. We know this. And, oh, okay.
I think I'm the most excited person here today. And this is because I've always fought for your state youth. And I'm very happy that this is happening. I believe that those of us on this table will be very interested in what I have to say. Please, can we listen? When we bring opportunities for young people, especially when we say skills development or upgrade, it is important for us to take it very seriously. And I'm very happy and proud of the 6 people that taught their classes today. I didn't know, nobody knew that they will be getting 6 million naira today. Nobody knew they'll be getting automatic employment today. But we, in our public offices and in our little capacity, will continue to create the avenue for public-private partnership. But what you can do for us is to be serious. We have had trainings that will give people opportunities and they won't turn up. Sometimes you give them 50 beneficiaries opportunities. You only have maybe 20 people attend classes. But just as you are getting 1 million each, it's also possible for you to get 100 million naira each. And I want to throw this challenge to my chairman, Mr. Toby Ajayi, chairman of NOD. This is challenge. Billionaires gang, low and B. So you have to do what? As the keynote speaker, you have to give us a keynote, what? Keynote money. You have to shake body. Thank you very much and God bless you. On behalf of all young people in Oyo State, regardless of party, we say thank you. In this hall here today, we are, every party is represented. So it's not a party thing. We are very grateful and God bless you.
Thank you once again to our friend here, one of the leading partners in Automotive. We know his capability and what he's capable of doing. He has been supporting Nigerian youth not only today, since for a long time. He has anchored training in different parts of Nigeria for Nigerian youth. And in every training, he has given out that is 2 parts for those that participate. He has done not only that, cash donation to all the people that participated in the training. And not only that, he has a program that I have introduced to other auto practitioners, those that assemble vehicles, where he brought together some talent, trained them for like 3-4 years. And after that, they were attached to, then he secured job for them and attached them to fleet operators. And all of them are well paid. Some of them are paid above 500,000 naira per month. He dictated the salary, he negotiated the salary, he dictated their promotion. Because they were well trained by him, those people are willing to absorb them, and not only absorbing them, make sure that they pay them and pay them well. So this is a program that I have been doing for Nigerian youth. Not only the graduates, to those who are school leaver, OND, HND, graduate, everybody that have interest in automotive. And he has just demonstrated that one again today by giving out 1 million naira to 6 people that participated in this. I'm sure you want to hear what chairman of NADDC.
Thank you very much. Greatest Nigerian youth. Greatest Nigerian youth. Greatest Bagba. Greatest Bagba. Greatest Bagba. Greatest Bobo. Greatest. So I don't want to upstage my brother, so I'll do 5 people. Since he has done 6, I'll do exactly 5. So 1 million for 5 additional people. Thank you very much.
Money like this. We are coming to see your shop. We are coming to follow up. And we have a I hope you know my major assignment is monitoring and delivery. We will monitor you, and I want to invite Mr. Tunde Onokoya to head that committee. We will make sure that we are not just beneficiaries, but
when I was talking the other time, I said that all of the participants and everyone that has gone through the training, they should not go yet because something is about to happen. And just before I'm about to drop my mic, something actually happened. We say thank you so much to everyone that has contributed to the great success of this occasion. Now we'll move to the panel session. And for the first panel session, we're going to be talking about the transforming Nigeria's automotive sector, policies, partnership and pathways for youth empowerment. Nigeria's automotive industry holds immense potential as a catalyst for national industrialization, job creation, and technological advancements. Yet, fully unlocking this potential requires deliberate policy alignment, strategic partnership, and systems that enable young Nigerians to contribute meaningfully across the automotive value chain. This first panel session brings together senior government leaders, regulators, industry actors, financial institutions, and youth innovators to examine the policy landscape and identify actionable pathways for youth inclusion in the evolving mobility ecosystem. This session explores how national policies, regulatory frameworks, investment incentive, and interagency partnership can strengthen local automotive production. Gentlemen, for this first panel session, I would like to welcome the first moderator, and that is the person of Mr. Yusuf Rashid, Technical Advisor of SAB. OSABY. Rashid Yusuf, Technical Advisor. Please, wherever you are, please jam your hands together for my moderator for this first panel session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, industry leaders, representative of the federal government, private institutions, partners from Nigeria and abroad. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the panel session 1. And this session is discuss, or maybe let's say it sits at the heart of this conversation we're having today, to discuss where the US stands and the defining moment in its automotive and mobility journey. And as the world moves forward, cleaner technologies, as the previous speakers have said, smarter technologies and application and more integrated mobility systems. So we are going to be inviting these experts and know the whole lot in the automotive industry to join us on the panel. I'm going to take my seat and I call on the panel panelists to join me as we have this discussion. So, in no particular order, I want to call on the representative of the NADDC, which is the Director of Vehicle Electrification, Engineer Inde. Engineer Inde, please, you're welcome. Please, a round of applause for him. Also, I want to welcome Mr. Oluwatomi Ajayi, the CEO of the NOD. Please welcome, join us in the panel. Also, one man has been you shared a lot of insight as to what you do currently in Nigeria. I'd like to bring the honor of Dr. Obis, Dari. Round of applause for him. And also, someone that has been in the private business and which provides support in the auto works and support in the carriage system. Chief Elvis Owonbise, the CEO of Auto Works and Garages Limited. A round of applause for him.
Welcome, gentlemen. We've heard a whole lot. So, in the course of the conversation we've been having so far, we learned a whole lot about, a lot of people are giving a lot of innovation, innovative ideas, and how they've been able to step into this new industry in Nigeria. And unfortunately, some of the early starters, like yourself, Mr. Lotoli, you saw the opportunity and leverage on that opportunity to make sure that, Nigeria doesn't stand still and just be part of those that just import cars and look for an opportunity for us to change local manufacturing in Nigeria. And Nord is one of the Nigeria's strongest examples of indigenous vehicle. And I also remember whether I'll call it a rant or an observation you made on Twitter just some weeks ago or some days ago, let me put it that way. From your experience, what are the biggest challenges or barriers that you believe young people can face? I know you mentioned that they shouldn't be scared to take up these challenges, but at the long run, some of them are still worried about challenges of financing and maybe the technical know-how or who to reach out to and what. So what solution do you have for young people that might be interested in starting up something as related to what you're doing? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. That means you follow me on Twitter. I'm always very frank on Twitter. I share some of the success stories and also some of the challenges. And doing business in a country like Nigeria is actually very challenging, but it's our country. Nobody is going to build Nigeria for us. No, the miracle is not going to happen. We have to, on our own, develop our own country ourselves. If not for us, but for the future generation. One way or the other, your extended family or the rest are going to continue to live in this geographical area called Nigeria. I mentioned some of it in my keynote speech, there are a lot of challenges, but some of the ways to navigate it for young people. One of it is to, I think the first thing is to actually be a competent individual. I think that's the basic. You have to be competent. Whatever you are doing, you have to know how to do it properly. That's the only way you can deliver value. Nobody is going, the opposite of competence, in my opinion, is being a quack, right? And we have to agree, nobody here is going to, in their own conscience, going to patronize a quack. So if you know you want to be successful, you have to ask yourself that, if I wasn't myself, will I patronize myself? And that's being, like I said, developing competence. And as you grow, you try to be better than the next person and be one of the best in your area. Then after that is, like I said, don't wait. Just start where you are. After you've developed competence. So basically, in the early stages, go for internship. Go for internship. There's a saying that if you work for less money, there will be a time you will make more money with less work. It's a cycle. So at the early stages, because you want to develop the competence, you can sacrifice yourself, go and learn for less pay, just study. I always tell people that when I was a lot younger, in Mercedes-Benz, I was very, very hardworking, and people used to say, my ogas then, the managers then were using me. And I said something, it's only someone that is useful that can be used. It's only someone that is useful that can be used. If you are not useful, nobody can use you. So if you think they're using, at the end of the day, you will train yourself to be useful for your own self. So you get the competence, and after that, start from wherever you are. After you start from where you are, then you need to raise money, which means you need to now have integrity. The small money anybody gives you, use it properly. This is not the time to be a big boy or a big girl. That money is for your business, it's for your growth. Grow step by step. Do things when your mates are doing it. Like I always tell people, when your mates are, just do it so that you can grow step by step. Then at the end of the day, banks will trust you, financial partners will trust you, more money will come. At a point, you'll be the one deciding whose person's money to collect, who's not to collect. You now start dictating what interest rate to get or not. Because when you have like 5 people offering you money, you don't now dictate, okay, this is my interest rate, this is not my interest rate. Then at the end of the day, just deliver value. Give people value, and they will always come back to you. That's the advice I'll give young people. Thanks.
Thank you so much for that response. I mean, you've mentioned it. You were at Mercedes, and it was the experience that you've gathered there that gave you that leverage to believe that you can do it. So I think it's important. There's nothing anybody wants to do very well in Nigeria or in the world globally. If you don't build that competence, no matter the amount of money you have, you will not get it right. So competence is very important, which now brings me to a question for Engineer Jai. So the question will be that as Nigeria is gradually preparing for large-scale EV adoption, as you can see, the president has been taking that very, very seriously. From a technical standpoint, what foundational steps, aside the steps from the federal government, but beyond the federal government, they are looking at state government and maybe startups, what foundational steps must Nigeria take to ensure that these young technicians are ready for electrified mobility? Engineer Jai. Sorry, my apologies.
Thank you very much. I think it's a happy day. First off, I want to congratulate the President of the country, the SA, to the President on Youth Initiative, my DG, and in particular, I say it's a happy day because everybody that is here is for the youth. And you can see that not only did a CEO give out jobs here, other people have encouraged you by giving you money to start businesses. So first off, you are very brilliant. I believe you are quite capable of doing a lot of things. And I want to tell you that you shouldn't let, for those that haven't done very well up till now, I want to tell you that you should not allow your past define you. Wherever you were, you can always pick up from there and do better. So there are quite a number of people that have taken position in the EV space, either the charging infrastructure or the vehicle itself. And interestingly, like the CEOs, the big CEOs here have said, most of them have youth program, they have apprenticeship program. I've mingled with quite a number of them in recent times, and for even people that are starting, you see that they also have youth program. On our own side, we have had quite a number of training, one of which is this. We also have the university competition we will start, so we want them to get familiar with these vehicles. Right now, we are having a training going on here in Lagos where they are dismantling everything, making them get familiar with these things. Okay? And the most important person, like Mr. Larry Shutu said, is the individual. The difference between UK and Nigeria is technology, and the person that makes the resource that makes the difference is the human being. We have everything, but we have not done anything with it. So the most important resource we have is you. And like the founder of Panasonic said, that is Konosuke Matachushi, that the secret behind his success, he built Panasonic from almost nothing to multi-billion enterprise. Okay? They asked him, what was the secret behind it? And I said continuous learning. So you must continue to learn. You must continue to strive to learn more because business environment is very tough. A Japanese once told us in the group that you can, if you meet a need, you will be smiling to the bank because there are opportunities above. And then he said, the Olympic game, the business game is much more tougher than the Olympic game. He gave an example of a game of that. And that is, a game of that, the player is stationary, the target is stationary. But the business game, the target is moving, the business, you can do anything in your room. By the time you step out there, there are competitors. So the game is quite tough.
Opportunities that are going to be expertise and the opportunities to start developing in this space. So if all of this has been happening, or we are starting to get there, my next question will now be for those that are already in the sector where you are providing this technical expertise to young people. For example, so this question is for Chief Elvis. So you are being in the space of real-world automotive diagnostics, right? And then workshop operations. And then we have a couple of people now that just finished their training. And sometimes willingness to start or learn something is different from even starting up a business. You can, like Mr. Jaish said earlier, have the competence and willing to learn. But when it now comes to managing an infrastructure, setting up a workshop and doing all these things, what qualities? Because learning and having the expertise is different from starting up a business and managing a business in that space. What qualities do you think these technicians must develop to remain competitive and valuable in the industry?
Thank you very much. From the situation, most of us here who are in the automotive industry will find out or will tell you that over 60% of the issues they face is manpower. I can tell you that. Train manpower. Now, like I tell a lot of these people, it's one thing to decide that you're looking for a job in a particular field. It's another thing to say that you're employable. And yes, people need to set up, people need to break out, become CEOs and entrepreneurs. But I also say to people, it's not everybody that's meant to be a CEO or an entrepreneur. Some people do better working for established organizations. It's one thing to have a skill, to be skilled in a particular job. It's another thing to have the managerial ability to manage the enterprise. So it's not just about having the skills, it's about the ability to manage the challenges of the business you want to go into. So you see, the issue, like I said, okay, let me give you a case file example. We run an apprenticeship scheme. It's open right now. We don't charge for it. Why? Because from AutoWorks, it is our way of giving back to the society. But now you find out that people register for a 6-month course, and after 1 month, you're chasing them around. They're not coming for lectures, they're not coming for theory, they're not coming for anything. So you see, I tell people, have a passion, follow your passion first, the money will come. If you become very good at what you do, if you become the best at what you do, you wake up one day, you find out you're a rich person. Majorly passion, integrity, honesty. It's one thing to have the skill, it's another thing to possess these extra life skills. So I will also keep advising you don't have to be a CEO, you don't have to be an actor. You can add value in the chain. You don't necessarily, that's also the problem. Everybody wants to be a CEO. It's also the problem we keep having. So we we will train you. We train you on your managerial abilities. But at the same time, we're making known to you that even if you cannot strike out on your own, you are still valuable in the chain.
Thank you so much. Please a round of applause for that, because what you just mentioned, I think, is one of the biggest challenges that young people have in Nigeria. And if you look at the biggest industries in the world, you don't see anybody owning that company 100%. You find a lot of people collaborating, bringing their skills and their resources together to set up a company, a business, and that is how it survives. So I believe that, you mentioned that we are doing some training for young people. When people join, when a lot of people mentioning that, when they enter this training, we didn't know. And it's very clear that maybe some of the information now, the people don't source this information. So it's an opportunity to say that beyond this particular training that has been done, your office and your organization is hosting any other training that young people can actually benefit from. So it's not just one way.
Yeah, so for anybody interested, if you go to Google Automotive Limited, for 2 or 3 talking Avenue in Old Bodija. If you come in, we'll have a talk. We can take you on for an apprenticeship, for apprenticeship scheme. You understand? And then we take it from there. So we're always open to taking in new apprentices or training.
Thank you so much. I think at this point, I want to test something that we mentioned. We've been sitting here for more than 5 hours. And you try to mention something that everyone is young people have been asking. You mentioned your address and the name of your organization. And from the look of this, I don't know if majority of people actually heard the address you actually gave. No, not because you did not say it out loud, but it is now about what people are interested in actually giving what they actually want to hear. So it's important that I hope that maybe before they go to today, if they actually heard, we'll get people that will tell you, you here and want to take the opportunity to join. So my question to you on gas mobility, clean energy and its participation to Mr. Darrow Makuli would be that as the new player in Nigeria's gas and clean energy, right? That's your organization. How does Portland gas addition the role of gas power mobility in the gas transition toward cleaner and more affordable transportation system for younger competitors and entrepreneurs? And because of my experience in Bangladesh, because I didn't even know that this gas thing can be very opportunity. And I was in Bangladesh and I realized that I really wanted to get fuel. In my head, it was where we want to get. And when I got to the fueling station, I saw them open the borders of the car. And then I saw a small pipe. Is this where we are buying? Or I was told that it was gas. Apparently, over 90% of the vehicle in Bangladesh is gas. So, from your own experience and what you see, what do you think Nigeria will stand to in this?
Thank you very much. I want to use this opportunity to say thank you to Dr. for making this happen. Unfortunately, in the period we did this training, somewhere in Jericho, I'm not too familiar with the name of areas in Ghana. Next to the forestry University of a lot of them came out from there and did not believe what we were doing. And I'm sure, and I'm certain, if you take a poll in here, there's a lot of questions to be asked by the people sitting here about safety. Does it really work? They couldn't believe we were converting or retrofitting vehicles. Now, he mentioned something about quality stuff. Among the 50-something individuals that showed up for the training, I can say about 30 of them showed real interest. Of that 30, they need continuity. If they go home within the next couple of weeks and they don't get a follow-up, whatever they do, trained on, they will easily forget. Fortunately, I brought one of my technicians. He's a very young man, very young man. The day he walked in, he said he wanted to try to ask him what did he know about cars. And he said all he knows is to change his tire. I can say, sitting down here, he's probably the best technician I have in my site. And he still goes to university. Takes 3 days off, and to do it. I've pleaded with people at Kent that you must look for places to attach yourself to. You've been given an avenue to feed yourself. You've been taught how to feed. It is not a dirty, it's not a mechanic kind of training, you're a technician. You don't need to talk. Or, if you come out of fixing the car or retrofitting the car and your hand is dirty, it must be the engine that's dirty and you're not touching the wire. Now, the flip side of all of this is the infrastructure and the finance for people to be able to make use of this opportunity. I said to someone, I came in from Lagos this morning, cost me less than 3,000 naira on CNG gas. Couldn't believe it. What is left in my car will take me back to Lagos. Now, I'm saying I'll be spending 7,000 to come to and come back to Lagos. Whereas the equivalent in petrol will lose. But not a lot of people can access these kits or get it retrofitted in their vehicle. So I have the banker say something about them being prepared to assist, to make it possible for them to have. I hope they can do what we call buy now, pay small, where we send them to these conversion centers and they feed your card and you have a deal in the bank. Because in actual fact, it is very expensive. On the other side, the National Automotive Design and Development Council, we need them to help us to make these things available locally. The present cost is most likely because almost every aspect of it is brought in. If we move to the level where we can do these things ourselves, I don't see why almost every other car will run on petrol.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was a beautiful response to that. And I hope that we get to that stage where it's 7,000 naira from Lagos to Ibadan and back. And I'm happy that God knows is taking charge of our country. So because of time, I know everybody wants to hear more, but we will not be able to continue with one question because of time constraints. And also on the panelists here, probably another trip to make today. So because of that, we want to appreciate and thank you for your insight and the opportunity that we're able to share today with your people of the and we have to really stand on where we are on the industry. We will be able to achieve all results. Hopefully, in the next 10 years, we are where we really want to. Thank you so much for coming here today.
Thank you.
Please follow a photograph. No. Okay. While we are taking this photograph, I would like to tell our colleagues to eat this food for you. This is the all-day session, so you can rest assured that this initiative is going to take care of you. Please don't go. You are to collect your certificate today and also your toolbox, and you will eat. So everybody standing here, please don't go. I think you so much, Sass and Matt. All right, I have a lot of privilege to recognize the presence of the PRO to People's Democratic Party on your stage, the person of Honorable Mike. We don't want to call him, but Mike. So we celebrate your presence and we appreciate you. Also, now we'll go to the next thing on the agenda, and that's a Google message from Mr. Tunde Onokoya. Briefly, for just a few minutes, for his Google message, Automotive in we celebrate. Please jam your hands together for Tunde Onokoya. Just briefly, before we move on to the next thing on the agenda. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, it's okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please permit me to stand on existing protocols. I have been asked to come give a goodwill message. And I tell you that I have a message for every participant of the training that was just concluded. And the message to you is that the journey is just about to begin. I noticed that certificates were issued, and that certificate said Certificate of Participation or completion of the training. As someone that has been in the industry for long, I tell you that the completion of the training is the beginning of the journey for that training. Yes, you have undergone training. Yes, you might have acquired the skills that are required to do the job. But you need to build competence. You need to demonstrate knowledge in everything that you have been told. The Nigerian automotive future will be built by young people. You know that. But there are young people that are equipped with technical skills, empowered with innovation, and supported by industry-led training ecosystem. Now for the Office of the Special Assistant to the President of Youth Initiative, we want the youth of Nigeria to be trained, but we want them to be well trained. We also must know that training in the automotive sector is not a microwave business. You don't get that training and build competence with a 3 days training, 5 days training, 1 month training, even 3 months training. We must follow through with the training for these people to build competence over time. All over the world, where you have qualification frameworks, just like Nigeria has introduced, it takes a while to build that capacity that makes you a master in that field. And we must not let these people stop where they are now. We must follow through with them to be able to build that competence over time in such a way that 5 years down the line, perhaps we have them as master mechanics. Not just that we have trained 5,000 people to be mechanics. How many of them will have gathered the work experience, will have gathered the requisite knowledge to become masters that can now duplicate the process that they have gone through? So I applaud the initiative. I applaud the DG of NADDC who have been at the forefront of training. And I'd like to say that we are going to have to do beyond what we have done now. I like the idea because we're actually doing something. Let us attach it to productivity. Let us attach it to growth. Because that's the only thing that encourages these people to do better. And the one thing, some people will apply for the training because of free money. What is paid to them is the free money. But you have to ensure that when these people go into this training, we are looking at the end result. They should become the trainers for for the next set of trainings we'll be doing in 3, 4, 5 years. So the impact must be last long. Must be something that we have planned that will start from the beginning and last all the way to the end of the cycle. We need trained people. Nigeria has a deficit of hands in the automotive sector, and this is just the beginning. Thank you so much, and I enjoy the rest of the day.
All right, thank you. Immediately after this photo session, please let us note that there is an outside exhibition just by the right, the left-hand side, and to my right, depending on how you're going about, that exit. We're going to pass through that place, and please, check out the exhibition and make sure you get something out of it. Now I'll be handing over the microphone to Mrs. Immediately after the exhibition, you can be rest assured that please let us have our seats wherever we are. After the photo session and everything, please, your lunch will be served. We want orderliness. Please do not leave your seats. Your food will come wherever it is you are. Please do not leave your seat. But don't forget, we're going out to exhibition. While we are doing all of this, I would like to hand over the mic for the closing remarks. Key insights and next steps summarized by Mrs. Joke Onireti, Director IDD, NADDC.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the members of the ITU. Permitting to stand on the already established protocol. On behalf of our able Director General, Otuba Oluwadiyan Joseph Osaniki, it's a great honor and privilege to first and foremost extend our gratitude to everyone, to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for coming up with transformative initiative through the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative to promote innovative ways of bringing the transition to CNG and as an alternative engine. Our sincere appreciation to the state government and the executive government of your state, His Excellency, and the Immaculate for providing the enabling environment for the conference to be hosted in our Bangkok, Singapore. Similar appreciation to is extended to the initiator of this idea, the youthful, energetic Director General, NADDC, for making this youth conference a reality. Thank you, sir, for this noble innovative. I'm delighted to express our appreciation to the Office of the Special Assistant to the President on Youth Initiatives, monitoring and delivery for always partnering with the Council on the Laudable National Program. You have been a faithful collaborator. I would like to thank all the dignitaries here to honor Director General of Government Organizations, Managing Directors of private organizations, and everyone present for honoring our invitation to this youth conference. Thank you for making our time within your busy schedule to honor us. Finally, I would like to thank all the youth participants from various parts of your state for your passion, skill, crafting, task and willingness for the development of automotive industry. We are proud of you. Use this knowledge gain here to make your life valuable. On this note, we want to say thank you to everyone here present today and safe feedback to the station. Thank you.
decided to put it that way. Please, let there be orderliness, no rushing. Please stay in your seats if you're not going out there for the exhibition. And for all our VIPs, we'll say thank you so much. For every dignitaries, all the way from wherever it is in Nigeria, abroad, we'll say thank you so much. Okay. The exhibition tour starts now. VIPs, dignitaries, please, you're using this exit by my left-hand side. Please, you're using this exit. Please, all the dignitaries on the tour, exhibition tour, all the VIPs, please, you're going on an exhibition tour for just a brief minute. And all participants, please stay in your seats. The food is coming in. I'm going to give it to you. And on behalf of Dr. Titi Lokwe Badamose, Special Assistant to the President on Youth Initiative Monitoring and Delivery, we'll say thank you so much to everyone that has been invited and is part of this wonderful, brilliant initiative. We'll say thank you and thank you and thank you again. Thank you so much. And on behalf of NADDC, we'll say thank you and thank you. For all the participants, do not forget that we are going to be giving you your tools and your certificates today. Please don't go away. I think I should use this opportunity to introduce myself once again. My name is Miriam Oni. You can follow me on all my socials. Tall Miriam O. On all social handles. Thank you so much for being part of this program with me. I should say I remember my own self. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Charge